years do you have left on your mortgage? What if I told you you could pay off your home in less than 10 years without changing your spending habits? Here to make sense of your dollars is Shane O'Grady. He is the founder of Life Changer Loan. And I have to ask you, how is this possible? How can people pay off their mortgage so quickly? How's that possible?
So we have to think a little bit differently about our money in our mortgage. So instead of a traditional mortgage, we're actually Susan, we're going to do a line of credit. And that line of credit is actually going to be tied to a fully functional checking account that is known as a sweep account, meaning all the activity from the checking account sweeps to the balance of the line every night at midnight. So you're effectively doing all of your banking inside of your mortgage, which means every dollar you deposit now is going directly towards the principal balance of your loan. So as long as you're putting more in than you're taking out, right, for those that are good with their money, it creates a huge snowball effect that allows them to pay off very quickly.
So we're going to be paying more on our mortgage payment then.
Well, I'm glad you asked that because most people think that. Obviously, if I'm going to pay off faster, I must have to pay more, and the payment I already have is high enough. No, actually their payments go down. Reason being is that every dollar they deposit is considered a payment, but it doesn't feel like a payment, right? Because it's lowering principal balance, but you're just doing your banking and you have access to all of it. And then what you pay in terms of a monthly mortgage expense is really just interest cost based off the balance, which is not only cheaper than your mortgage today, but it actually gets cheaper and cheaper each and every month because your balance continues to decline.
I know you hear this, Shane. This sounds way too good to be true. Why haven't we heard about this type of loan before?
If I had a dollar, right, for every time that I hear that. It's really just education. Let's face it, the banks don't necessarily want you to know that this loan exists because if they're not getting your deposits, it's not a good thing for the bank. And I will even knock on some of my mortgage brethren. They're not thrilled about it either because guess what? You only need one. Right? Nobody refinances this loan. In fact, our average client pays off in under 5 years, but they still have access to a large line of credit. So if they want to go and buy a second home or investment properties, they don't need additional mortgages, they just write checks. So it's a one-shot deal.
When you just said pay off in less than 5 years, you're changing someone's life who's sitting on a 30 or 40-year mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. Or even a 15, even cutting a decade off of payments is a huge deal, I think, for anyone.
All right, so I have to know who's a good candidate for this type of loan. It's very unique.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. It's for those that already have good credit. They got to have about a 700 credit score, good with their money, have maybe some little of savings already, right? And we walk everybody through a simulator and we see if it's a good fit. If they're not paying off in under 10 years, we highly advise they probably pass until they have a different cash flow situation.
Yeah, we're looking at the simulator right now. This is a part of that consultation, which is also a part of your special offer. Describe that customer experience.
So they call in and we actually do a screen share and we go directly through all of their, not only what they currently have as a mortgage, interest and payment, but how much are they depositing in their checking and savings, how much is left over after they pay all their bills, and see, okay, if we plug that all in, how fast can they pay off and whether or not they're a good fit.
Oh, can you imagine 5 years and you're off to just being able to enjoy traveling and all of that
right.
stuff. You're not strapped to your mortgage. Shane, thank you so much. And he has a special offer for all of you this morning. To see how quickly you can pay off your home loan, call now for a free consultation. That number is 480-504-0844 or log on to lifechangerloan.com.